All right, welcome everybody. It is Moontime Dweller here again. We are here for Pauper, coming back for some Pauper action. Going to be zombies today. I'm going to be. It's a really low budget deck. Had some kind of expensive decks in the past, and wanted to have something that was a little bit cheaper. This one goes a lot cheaper. This is about 2 tickets total. $2 if people aren't really aware of how the economy is in Magic Online. An event ticket is equal to about $1, especially when you buy it. If you buy it, it is equal to $1. If you're selling it, you might get like 95 cents or 92 cents or something like that. But regardless, you're getting the cards out of here. Most of the ticket money was spent on the snow-covered swamps. So the only reason you have snow-covered swamp is a card in the sideboard. And we will get to that later. 30 zombies in the deck, in the main deck. Got Carnophage, Old School, one of the originals, Exodus, 2/2. You pay a life to keep it untapped every turn, so you can hopefully attack. Got a Festering Mummy, you can put a -1/-1 counter on a creature when it dies. You got Shambleback, does 3 things in 1 card for 1 mana. Exile a creature from any graveyard, so your opponent's graveyard is included. Then you get a 2/2 zombie token, and you gain 2 life, all for 1 mana. Super strong. Only got 2 of them in there. Got Shambling Goblin. Also have only 2 of those in there. Very similar to the Festering Mummy, but there's no counter. It just gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Next up, you got Cemetery Recruitment. This is going to be a 2-for-1. So you return a card from your graveyard to your hand, and if it's zombie, you draw a card. Every creature in the deck is a zombie, so you're going to be drawing a card. Diabolic Edict, really good storyline card from Commander Graven Ilvek throwing one of his underlings off the ship. The guy in the picture here, it used to be a black-green creature. His name was Vadi something. I think Vadi Ildal or something like that, I want to say. He was not very good in Magic, never really used, but he was pretty prominent in the storyline. But I enjoyed it either way because it's a good card, instant speed, target player sacrifices a creature, good against Boggles game 1, good against, just removal for anything that only has 1 or 2 creatures. Pretty strong. Shambling Ghoul, this is kind of a shambling deck. You got Shambleback, Shambling Goblin, Shambling Ghoul. This is just a 2/3, comes in tapped for 2 mana. Pretty vanilla. Shepherd of Rot, one of your win conditions. You tap it, each player loses a life for each zombie on the battlefield. 2/2, or it's a 2/1, Intimidate for 2 black. This is really for Devotion to Black. Next up is Unmake, exile a creature for 3 black. Really strong. It's from the Kithkin era. I think that's one of the Kithkins in the picture. Grey Merchant is 5-drop, 2/4. They lose X life equal to the Devotion to Black. So hopefully you've got like another couple of zombies out because he comes with 2 Devotion anyway. So hopefully you'll have like 2 or 3 more to get at least 5 in. You got Corrupt, so hopefully you'll get at least 6 in with Corrupt, and you can target the player or a creature with this, and you gain life equal to it. Just like Grey Merchant, you gain life. So it kind of offsets all of the life loss with some of the other creatures that you have. And Gem Palm, you don't gain life with it, but you can cycle it and you can draw a card off of it. And when you cycle it, you get to have target player lose life equal to the number of zombies you have out. So hopefully, again, you've got like 3 or 4 zombies out, and you can do pretty significant damage that way and draw a card off of it. So pretty strong. Keeping with the drawing card effect, you got Nil Spellbomb. Exile a card, exile all cards from target player's graveyard, and if you pay a black, you can draw a card. Once this hits the battlefield or graveyard, Geth's Verdict is really simply here for Boggles. Bring it in, they lose a life, and target player sacrifices a creature, just like Diabolic Edict, but pretty much better because it's double black, and we're always going to have that anyway. And they lose a life all at instant speed. Gangrenous Zombies. This is where the snow-covered swamps come into play, because apparently you get gangrene if you stay out in the snow. I don't know. So when you sacrifice these zombies after tapping them, they do 1 damage to each creature and player, but if you have a snow swamp, they actually do 2 damage to each creature and player. So it's it could be a game changer sometimes. It's enough, to make it worth, getting the snow-covered swamps. Tendrils of Corruption, it's good to bring in over the Corrupt. Possibly if you see a lot of creatures and a lot of quick creatures like elves or something like that, and you need to gain life. You can take out the Diabolic Edict. It's better for target. This is better for targeted removal, and you gain the life also equal to the number of swamps that you deal damage with. So that's pretty good. And on the opposite end, when you're facing against like control or something that's going into the late game, you want to bring in the other 2 corrupts and have all 4. and possibly do, you know, upwards of 30, 40 damage to them with that if it's going to go that late. And you're going to have, you know, 7 or 8, 9, 10 mana each time. You can do a lot of damage with that. So that's the deck. Really straightforward, pretty simple. Really, the whole idea, there are no sacrifice really outlets or anything like that. Zombies are usually used for, you know, graveyard effects and stuff like that. This is really kind of the traditional zombies. You want to overrun them and just get as many zombies out on the field as possible. Keep them out as long as possible. And use the Shepherd of Rot and the Gem Palm Polluter to, you know, do as much damage as possible with that. And the Grey Merchant is one of the newer ones that does it through Devotion. And then, of course, Corrupt for backup, you know, if you don't really have as many creatures anymore. Thank you for joining me, folks. We're going to be playing the matches here soon. See ya.